In this video, we're gonna add a method called countleftNodes. And in this video, we're gonna basically look at every node that's to the left of a leaf, and we're gonna keep a track of the total number of nodes that kind of do that. So, oh, these are all pretty disgusting, but this is probably the cleanest one we can deal with. So, what our method's gonna do is it's gonna look at each individual node, and it's going to see if there's a left side to it, then we want to increment our counter by 1. So as you can see, the left nodes here are going to be 5, 1, and then 4. So let's get started with the method here. So what we know about this is, since we're counting the total number of nodes, our type is going to be of integer. And before we actually get into our private method here, what kind of cases do we have to look at? Well, we're going to have a base case, which is going to be the same as before. If we don't have any roots to look at, then we're just going to return 0. We do have a special case, and the special case is, what if we're looking at a root, but there's no left to look at? Well, at that point, what we want to do is we don't want to just end our method here, because as we were looking at before here in our little diagram, we said that we have a 5, a 1, and a 4 as our left nodes. So what are we going to do? We're going to need to say, okay, we trace down here, we catch the 5, we catch the 1. Well, it looks like we need to backtrack and go back up. So we'll need to go back up here, check the right side. If there's no right side there, we don't go beyond that. So we'll go back up here to the 3. Then we'll go to the right side here. Then we'll need to go to the left side, and we'll see that at that point we have a left node. So no left. We need to back it up. And we need to go to the back it up and eventually look at the right side. Okay, so let's get started. So we're gonna write our public class here, countleftNodes. We're not gonna take any parameters because we don't want our method here to do busy work. So we're gonna return our private helper method, which is going to take, once again, not a surprise, a parameter of type entry node. So once again, overall root node. Now we'll get to the private method, private integer, count left nodes, and we're going to take an entry node. Oops. Call it root. And remember our base case, if root is equal to null, meaning that there's nothing to look at, we're going to return a 0. Then we have our special else if case. And that basically says if we don't have a left, meaning that root.left is equal to null. That little emoticon there kind of represented how tired I am. Yeah, there we go. Then what we want to do is we want to return count left nodes, and we'll need to backtrack, and we'll need to go to the right. So root.right will be kind of our parameter that we pass in there. And then at this point we hit our else case. What if we are looking at a leaf that just so happens to have a left side? Then what do we want to do? We want to return 1 because we know that we've hit the left leaf, and then we want to look down that leaf again to see if there's a left branch or if there's going to be a right branch to it. Kind of struggling here. And that's it for this private int count left leaves method.